Hello, everybody. Welcome, creative people. My name is Hollis Citron with Express Yourself Publishing, and I am creative. And I have the amazing Atusa here with me, and she's going to say her last name because she says it so beautifully. And I don't want to wreck it. So Atusa, can you please say your full name?
It's Atusa Raisian.
Raisian. So beautiful.
Thank you.
So I'm so grateful to have her here, and we're just going to have a little chat. I want you to get to know her because she's doing amazing, incredible things. And she is also part of my multi-author book, Creativity Is Whatever You Want It to Be, which I am so grateful to have her in this space. So going to tell you a little bit about her, and I'm looking over here because I am reading some of her bio, which says that her clients have described her as a game changer, intuitive gifted healer, a guiding light, life-changing, magic, and a blessing. She's a certified heart-centered transformational healer, shaman, spiritual teacher, digital artist, poet, and motivational speaker. Ooh, so welcome to the
Yeah, I
space.
couldn't come up with more titles. I just need to add more stuff on there.
And more and
And
more.
more and more.
So welcome. So happy to be talking to you today.
Same here. Same here. I'm so pleased to be here. I'm really blessed. And I'm really excited about the opportunity of the book. I'm looking forward to it. So
Thank
it's
you.
been great.
Well, tell us more about who you are, because with all of these titles, but right now let's find a starting point, and you can pick where you want that starting point to be of who you are and what you do.
Well, in a nutshell, to put those titles in a brief statement, my goal is that I went through a lot of healing for myself, for my own life, to get to here where I'm doing this type of work. And it's been, I cannot tell you like all the healing work I did, what a big difference it was. And I really just wanted other people to feel happy again, to feel that life is not so hard. And the basic principle behind that is to find love inside yourself, to fully and completely love yourself, accept yourself, and throw the rule book out. We tend to, because we grabbing at everything from outside, wanting that love and acceptance from other places, that then we follow all these rules around us, and it confines us even more, and we have to put up these personas to for different occasions, different people. And yeah, my clients, that's what I help them do, transform their lives. I always say I wish I would could take capture you the first session you come. And I usually it takes about average probably 8 sessions. And when I say graduate them, they look different, they feel different, they're happy. And it's not about not life throwing you stuff. Life is still gonna have its practice opportunities for us, but they're better equipped to handle it, and they know those practice times are for them to opportunities to get back more in touch with themselves and remove layers. So in a nutshell, that's what I do.
So it's really, like you said, it's people loving themselves
Mm-hmm.
and owning themselves, because that's what in simplicity. It's not simple. It's the challenge, but it's really us really loving ourselves in order to be able to find joy everywhere else.
Exactly, because also with loving yourself, you get really grounded and you feel that connectivity that you have with everything around you. And so you can easily let go of your fears and expectations and control, and how this is supposed to go this way, and I need this and I want that, and why this, why not that. So you get to let go of everything else and just begin to let life be, life happen, life to flow.
Letting go,
Surrender.
surrender. Yeah. And I remember you saying when we initially spoke that when you graduate your students, the idea is, well, I don't know if it's students, your clients, you're really graduating them because you want them to be able to be self-sufficient. It's not to be reliant on you.
Yeah, it's really, a lot of them is like, but I want to come see you. I'm like, first of all, I'm not going anywhere. If you need me, you can always come back, for follow-up session, whatever it is. If you want to have coffee with me, come on over. So you don't need to come like that to see me. And a lot of them, every once in a while they'll come, they say, I need a tune-up. Can I come for a tune-up? I'm like, yeah, come over for a tune-up. So, or yeah, I stay in touch with majority of them and I talk to them. But
Which
yeah,
is
they graduate. The whole point of this is that you need to be on your own. You don't want to be relying on me. I want you to, it's like my kids. You don't want your kid living with you. You want them to grow up and have a life of their own.
exactly.
Go.
Go, be free. Even though I
Exactly. You
kind of want
got
to,
this.
I want to be there, but yes, yes, be free.
You got this. Go for it.
So for you, like you said, this started with your own personal journey because you had your own pain.
Mhm.
What was the modality? I'm sure you tried many modalities. Which is the one that really stuck with you first? Or you were like, yes, this is it.
Um, it was a combination. So it was a combination of my energy work that I wasn't practicing for like outside people, I would say just for myself, friends, family, whoever wanted it. But so it was a combination of that and Rumi. And with Rumi came the art. So all those three came together for the big shift for me to just change and say, okay, no, I can't do this anymore. I need to be here. And once that shift happened, then everything just came together after that. But at the beginning, it would be my energy healing, Rumi, and art together.
Were you doing digital art for a while before?
No, honestly, I started out so again with Rumi, I would just sit there and whatever was coming to me, the pastels, watercolor, acrylic, and then at some point, some of my artwork, I had a friend that she encouraged me. She's like, these are nice stuff. You should put them online. I said, okay. And in that process to put it online, I started taking pictures. I was doing photography on my own, again, not as a business, and taking those pictures. Then I wanted to edit them because when you take a picture of artwork, it rarely comes out, at least back when I was doing it. So then I got into Photoshop. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. I started learning Photoshop, and then this was natural again.
Isn't it cool how that happens? It's like that progression where
Hmm.
it's that thing of not knowing what the how is. It's just kind of going with it, going with the flow.
Exactly. Once you follow what feels good to you, wherever you go, you follow whatever feels good, and you'll end up wherever you need to be anyway. So,
Tell us about the poetry also.
poetry again, it just that it was part of the healing by itself as I was, either Rumi would inspire the artwork or the artwork would bring the Rumi message. And somewhere between that, then my own words started coming and I started writing poems. So some of the artwork that I have on my page there, inspiration is my own words. So it just
Oh,
came out.
it
It
just came.
wasn't intended, it just came out.
Well, it's that whole connection to higher self.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like when you have the awareness, it's like we get those nudges. And I was talking to somebody yesterday, and she was saying that it's those, there can be the subtle whispers, like we're all getting these messages, but it's just a matter of if we're actually listening. So she calls it like the 2x4. You get
Hmm.
hit by the 2x4. And if that doesn't wake you up, then you get hit by the bigger plank, which will just kind of knock you out. And
Exactly,
that'll create
exactly.
some kind of, however that shows up in that knockout, like whether it's just like you get sick or like a breakdown or like something happens where you're just like, what the hell? And then you're like, oh, okay, now I'm paying attention.
Exactly. And the work that you're doing with the book and your podcast, it is that when you open that door of creativity and you walk in there, you even peek in, it just starts flowing and it starts coming out.
I appreciate that. And yeah, somebody yesterday called me a creative ambassador. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh." She's like, you need to own that title, a creative ambassador." And this is the
I
first time
like
I'm
that.
really saying that out loud. I said it to my husband yesterday, but I'm just kind of like, "Wow, that
It's
seems
nice.
really powerful."
It's nice. I like it too. I like it. You are that the book you're creating with the podcast, everything. It just brings those messages out. I know you and I had this conversation offline, but I was really surprised that the people writing the book, they're not your typical what you consider creative. Like, they're not doing visual arts. They have like regular what you call regular jobs, and but in that life they have found ways to be creative, and it's beautiful. And I'm so happy you're bringing that message out, that creativity is not just you doing some sort of visual arts. It's everything. It can be anything and everything.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I truly believe that that's what empowers people. And like you say, it connects people. You have to find it within yourself in order to then be able to connect to the outside world. And I truly
Mhm.
believe that when people, I define creativity as your voice, as your expression. So when people step into their power, when they step into their voice, then they can then share it with the world and know their purpose.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, so
Nice.
let's hear from you. How do you define creativity?
Creativity for me is anything that comes from your heart, anything that moves you from here, um, it takes you to that place. If you want to even think about it, I actually have an artwork that has that title. But we are the creators of our own life. This life that we are experiencing, we are creating it. We are in a way choosing how we want to experience it, what we want to experience, the path we want to go. So the I love the spiders. I don't kill them around the house at all, and they roam around free everywhere. But spiders, that's their beautiful message to us, that there are we are all creating our own life web in a way of how we want things to come and flow in and out, and who we
Mm,
want to let in and who it's time to say goodbye, what we want in, what we want to let go. So yeah, anything from your heart that moves you in that direction of how you want your life to be and creating your life, that's you're creative.
that's beautiful. I love that analogy with the spider and the web. Yeah. What do you say to people who were like, what are you talking about? Why would I make a choice to be this unhappy? Or why would I make a choice to be in this situation?
I've actually had, well, my clients don't say that anymore once they start working with me, because I show them. Just recently, one of my clients, I can tell you her story. She saw she was self-sabotaging because of the growing up in whatever environment, her traumas that she had. You get so used to that. I rather have this than have something good that I know it's going to be taken away from me. That fear of receiving what you want or receiving something delicious and having it be taken away,
Mm,
that fear creates that, okay, so I'm just happy here, just don't give me anything. Or if you give it to me, like, I'm not going to take it because I know you're going to take it away from me. And that a lot of times I've seen it in so many people. I used to suffer from that. And it's one of the biggest things that people are unhappy and they're not seeing in a way. Yeah, you are choosing and control. We are, so this is another analogy I give people is that, you know, we're trying to plan and control every little thing in our life. And when you're doing that, you know, you're just grabbing tight to everything because you want it to move this way and you want to hold on to this. And when your hands are like this, you cannot let go
Mhm.
of things, and
Mhm.
also you cannot receive anything. If your hand is like this, I'm going to try to give you something, you're like, oh, look at my hands, I can't take it from you. So we got to open these hands up in order to
Mm.
be able to receive and let go of things we don't want.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, no, have them come to me, I'll show them. I'll show them where they're making their choices that's leading to that.
You hear that, everybody? You need to go to Atusa. You need to go to her. It's, yeah, it's like I say that, people are gripping. I use that,
Hmm.
like, I don't always say with the hands, but it's true. I say with the whole body because
Hmm.
I know that I feel that in my body when I start to like think here, when
Hmm.
I'm like thinking, and like you said, not coming from the heart space, then everything kind of like closes up.
Hmm.
And when it closes up, you're not open to ideas flowing in. You're not open to other people's like hearing anything, or
Hmm.
the universe delivering things to you where before you get hit by the bigger plank, you know
Exactly.
where,
Perfectly said. I get clients, they're like, well, how do you get messages? I don't get anything. I said, you're not open to receiving it. Once you open yourself up, you're going to start getting messages from all over the place. It can be from a song, it can be from while you're watching a movie, it can be, from even trees and the birds. It comes from everywhere, side of a car, everywhere. But you got to open yourself up to see it and receive it.
yeah, yeah, it's true. It's and it's not just like, oh, that's weird, or why did that happen, but just really don't discount it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what you said too, which is just we would rather oftentimes stay in that fear space because it's comfortable. We know it.
Mm-hmm.
We know what's going to happen. So we know we could feel like crap because of it, but we know that'll happen. Whereas you said it so well that here you are presented with that gift, with your passion, with whatever it is, that good thing that's coming into your space, which will change your mindset. But you're like, no, that could disappear. So I don't even want to get excited about it because if it's going to go away, why should I get excited about it?
Exactly. Exactly. That fear is, it's so powerful, and they have it like even in relationships, they self-sabotage relationships. Well, because you're like, well, I know the guy is going to leave me anyway, or I know this lady's going to leave me anyway. And that also comes from, you don't love yourself enough that you think you're good enough or deserving of something good. So
There
it's
we
a
go.
lot of good stuff. Yeah.
Here we go. We just solved your issues, everybody. There's all
That's
your
it.
answers. Love yourself.
Love yourself, really. That's it. Get up every morning, look in the mirror, and say, I love you. You are beautiful and I love you. You're wonderful and I love you. Give yourself hugs.
It's true. It really is like as you're brushing your teeth, you could be looking in the mirror and just like saying, I love you. I love you. I love you. And
Yeah.
at first, and really making eye contact with
Mm-hmm.
yourself, it can feel weird. It because I've done it. My husband does it like every day. It's part of his whole affirmation, his routine. But every day, looking in your eyes and saying "I love you," and in different pitches and different and
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of looking in there, it's like, oh my God, look at those lines. I have a new line in there? Oh, my hair today. It's not, stop saying those things. I love you. I
I
love
look
your
really
hair.
tired. I
Yeah,
look really.
exactly. I love your tired eyes. Your tired eyes look beautiful.
Oh my gosh! I know we could talk forever, Tusa. So tell people, like, so why did you say yes to being in this part in this book?
You, in a
Oh.
nutshell, you. No,
Oh.
seriously, it was you. Um, I've gotten like I've seen a lot of books and I've gotten offers and it never felt right to me. And I think I saw I don't even know how I came across your post. It was one of and I don't think it was even an advertisement. So it was like a promotion. I saw it. I'm like, oh, I like her question. Let me go see what she's
Oh.
talking about. And I went in there, and as soon as we talked, I don't know, FaceTime, whatever it was, I was like, I love her energy. I love what she's doing. Okay, yeah, let's go for it. I'm in. Let's go.
Oh. I saw it. Thank you. Thank you. But
Yeah.
that's, I mean, it's this space attracts the people that need to be in this space. And these beautiful people like you who have these incredible stories to share. And it's being a change maker. Seriously, I know that word's being used a lot. I've noticed it being used a lot, but it really is this expansion so people can see themselves within this definition of this heavy-handed word creativity,
Mhm.
which has so much attached to it, and really just make it simple. And so much of what you're talking about is it really is connecting to you and
Mhm.
who you are.
Yeah.
I just saw one of my author's contributions, and it's going off to editing. And another one, it's like defining what creativity is as courage.
Mhm.
I've had people describe it as, in the beginning when I first started doing the podcast, I was like, are these questions too broad? Is it too but as I've spoken to now over more than 100 people, it's been, creativity is your soul's essence. Creativity is how you show up in the world. Um, it's basically everything that you are.
Mhm. It's who
Somebody,
you are.
it
We
is.
are creators of our life. That's
And
it.
it's
The only simple thing, we came into this life to create, to be creative. We are, every day we get up, we are creating our life. We have the opportunity to create what we want.
So what that means, everybody, is down to what you choose to eat, what you put on your body, how you do your hair, how you choose to use your voice and have conversations with people, how you decide to parent, how you decided to be in, I'm going to say the word relationships. And this word used to bug my father to death. Rest his soul. My father would say, you don't have, like, in talking about a loved one, your partner, your wife, your husband, he'd say, you don't have relationships with your husband or your wife. You have that with the postman. He's like, because a relationship is something that you can break. He'd say, you have a love affair. You have something deeper that's a connection with your partner that isn't something that you can break. That's just like a little side note. When I was about to say the word relationship, I felt like I needed to say that.
No, but it's a choice. You're right. It's a we as being creative is that every moment, every day, every moment, we have a choice, and we have many choices. And in those choices, choose what feels good to you in your heart and not your head. And once you go from here, then life starts to open up for you. Because when you go from here, you're going from a place of love. You're going from a place that it's not fearful. It's a place of trust when you go from here.
Mm-hmm.
Here it brings up all those rules and regulations and fears and who's going to think this, what's going to happen here. All those things come from here. But here it's just simple. What feels good? What do I love to do? What am I going to get the most pleasure out of right now and enjoy the most?
That's a perfect note to end on. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is your awareness for today. Lead more from your heart, not your head, and just see how it changes your life,
Yeah,
how it
like
affects your
that.
day. So everybody, we're so grateful
Thank you.
that you
Thank you.
have spent this time with us. If it resonates with you for the multi-author book, I have 2 more spots left, and it is going to be closing very soon. So yeah, so just message me. So Atusa, thank you so much for taking
Thank
this time.
you. This was great. I loved it. I enjoyed it.
So much fun.
Let's
So
do more of these.
yes, yes, we will make it a weekly thing.
I like that. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. So everybody have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in this world, and we'll be talking to you soon. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye.